Yes, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever it is, all of those things. Oh, I can't hear you. Got a little audio.
You can't hear me?
Now I can hear you. Great.
Okay, hold on. I might. Hopefully, I didn't unplug something over here because I was trying to flip something at the last minute, and I think I might have disconnected. But I think we might be good. You
Yep.
can still hear me now? Good.
Yep, I can still hear you.
Okay, good. All right. Good morning, afternoon. Like Jessica said, to everybody around the world. NFT addicts, we back here again. So,
Every day, yeah, don't take no break. So
like, don't take no breaks. I did go fishing last week though, so I did take a semi break.
that's right. Still making calls when she got signals.
Now that I did, because I was with the monolith. I kept trying to figure. I was like, okay, man, because when we hike, I was in like, okay, I got signal right here. Let me see what's going on. What's the reveal? Has the reveal happened?
That's
So
right.
it was fun. So you still do get to fish. You still get to figure out the NFT. It is a beautiful space to be in. I'll tell you what. As long as you got a phone signal or internet, you good. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me start sharing this doggone screen over here. I just realized I didn't have the screen even on share mode. So voila. Okay, we are good. Thank God it came up.
Oh yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Justin.
Starting off even with the sandbox, we know Sebastian. He's one of the founders, or the founder behind that. You see, co-founder and CEO of the sandbox, Sebastian Borget. Hopefully, I pronounced that right. Is going to be doing an episode, and also with this episode, there's going to be a limited NFT giveaway. So, if you're trying to educate yourself or find out exactly what's going on, we know we're invested in Sandbox with land, so definitely. Especially it's free NFT, but also just being able to hear people's mind set that are in this space, building in this space, so that you can kind of get a solid foundation on certain things that they're doing. So I know a lot of you may have a couple plots of Sandbox or even more, some 3x3s and whatever else it may be. But this is going to be an upcoming event that he'll be hosting. And like I said, there's a limited NFT giveaway. You can go to the site and register for that and be entered in to be able to go to it. It is free. But just wanted to put that out there, especially if you're trying to, like I said, expand your knowledge and educate yourself on more in the space and how people are building out in it.
Somebody said we glowing. Jessica said, "Yeah, there must be the monolith reveal." Yeah, it's been a good week.
That's so funny. That's so true. Been waiting. I was like, ooh, got some angels. Look, we skipping ahead.
Well, I was like, it's funny because my husband, he glad I'm in NFTs, but he's not like fully in NFTs. But he was like, okay, how many of the do I get to open? I was like, oh Lord, please give me strength.
You might have held a few, but he come in there, he want to open some.
You want to sit in the seat, click the button. I'm like, oh Lord, you don't understand how fun this is right now. But we did let him open up quite a few, so he was really, really excited. So we try to convert him over to the NFT space, but we were like, okay, but you need to pull something a little better than a human. But it is fun now because we keep seeing all them human ones. You like, oh. But then again, as we keep thinking about it, like it is a free airdrop. It's the perception. Like we get so spoiled with having all these different things in NFT space. But I know we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But I just thought that was funny. Just wanted to say that. So, but again, we're always trying to give you guys something. Thanks for this. This one's a good one for the free one too, Jessica. All right. Talking about Blankos. Yeah, no, we still invest in Blankos too.
Yep, heavily invested in Blankos. They're still doing those promotions. They're giving away the free Blankos. You do usually have to go into the game and do certain things. You can see here there's going to be different weekly challenges. Some people have already got their kids involved. So to qualify, you can see you have to do a brawl match 5 times the next week. And that one's going to give you the actual Blanko. And then you see the next week, and you'll be able to get 2 gumballs, 10K XP chips, 5K moolah. Of course, you can go back and spend that in the store for different assets that take those currencies. And then, of course, you see week 3, in addition to what it's going to do, it's doing the same rewards as week 2, but it's giving you another chance to actually go ahead and win those. So
people like me, that's what they're giving chances to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try
take all the time you need in a sense.
As long as I can find somebody in there and I can follow them around and figure out where to go, because man, I'm just going.
It's like we're gonna have a family group call on Zoom or something.
That's not a bad idea. I think we should do that. Somebody can help.
Blanco, get your free Blanco, especially even for the youngest. Like we have a lot of nieces and nephews too. They playing a lot of games with just using gyms or PlayStation and Xbox, of course, because that's what they raised up on. But of course, we especially for mine over here, I had them create an account. When they doing free things, go ahead and buy the free things. Even have bought them like some founder packs to make sure they're on the line if they have some stuff, if it gets more rare, to do that. So if they are planning or not, don't know about it yet, you can come over and go ahead and start winning those. Depending on how many people play, this item can become more scarce. If 10,000 people decide to play, of course, it's going to be 10,000 of them. But a lot of people aren't taking the time to go in to play the game as much. Probably right now, it's basically still really on computers right now. But of course, we have future goals, hopefully, to go to other devices or other platforms. So just take advantage of it. When it's free, it's free. Sometimes it does take some of your time, but this helps also the game developer be able to fix any issues that they have or take feedback also. So it's a reward for you guys coming in and taking the time to play, and then you get that item. So maybe only 500 people go play or 100. Who knows?
I think the biggest thing too is like at least the graphics is like fantastic. I keep saying something about graphics because you don't feel bored like playing it. Although I'll be confused, I say it every time. I'm the confused person. I didn't help again on the monolith challenge. I did not help with one question again. But this part, even with the Blankos, I'm confused. I'm just going around in circles. I didn't fell off the land. I got close to something, fell off the land, and got to start back over. I'm like, somebody come back to the home and get me so we can figure out where I need to go. So it is a little challenging for some of us, but it is fun. Like I said, even with the graphics and stuff that they have on there, I think they're doing a really, really good job. Really good job. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, for those of you who are still invested into the NBA Top Shot, we are definitely still invested into NBA Top Shot. One of the things, as far as this new series, the Series 1 packs that are going out, that are coming up in the 1 day, 20 hours. You can see it on the time. The time is ticking down there. You did have to have 350 trade tickets in order to qualify for this particular one. So remember, that's going to be some of the cards that you may want to turn in that you may not be using in order to try to get more trade tickets. And Jessica, we were laughing about the
350 of them things. Go buy penny cards. Go buy the lowest price cards over there to get 350 trades. Because honestly, like she's saying, our most ours are from Series 1. So you want to go trade in 350 Series 1s to get a Series 1s. But for people that's been buying and didn't start with Series 1 or maybe even Series 2, it is a benefit. You may have a lot of cards depending. I know sometimes it only purchases of one pack, but if you dig on the secondary, you were able to pick up more cards. So I mean, it's also been strategic. You may be close to that. Some of the cards you have, if they only, you feel they're only getting you $5, $10 or less, then you may want to trade some of those cards in. But I don't care if it's if it's a Series 1, that player could be retired and never. And yeah, I'm keeping mine right now. I see 350 trade tickets. I got 800 cards. You want me to pay 350 trade tickets to go get another one pack?
They are based on the levels of the cards too, so there is a little help in that aspect. But like I said, when you're trying to trade Series 1 for some of those, it's like I don't know about that. Like I said, if you can trade in a whole bunch of the other cards that you have, that I shouldn't say, because there's some
30,000 editions and stuff.
When you 60,000 in line and you still get it, then that would be a little easier too. So like that, some of those things you can do. But at the same time, if you'd like to participate in this, I don't know if they've already done the snapshot on it, but they are still trying to do a lot of these different things as far as people who didn't get into Series 1s of giving you a way to be able to get some of those cards without having to go buy those on the open market. Okay, so just want to put that out there. Okay, Bitcoin. Yeah. Man, crypto went back down.
Bitcoin hits 40K. Investors pump Doge after Musk confirms Twitter's purchase. Of course, we seen yesterday that Musk did go ahead and buy Twitter. A lot of people have been banned, or they feel like they can't express themselves. Hopefully, don't turn into the. We're gonna wish the best and hope for the best. Hopefully, the employees stay and continue to have some type of ethic or something. But if it's anybody can go and become a club and be on Twitter Spaces and spitting hate and everything else, that's not going to be too good. But so he did buy it. He definitely, of course, loves crypto. We know Twitter is the platform for crypto and brands right now. That is how they are communicating. So he definitely came in with that 44 billion. You had other people like Paris Hilton when he was offering, backing him and, saying different stuff. So there are a lot of people that definitely, believe in the decentralized portion of it and want Twitter to kind of be in that same avenue since people are over there doing their business. It won't fully be there, of course, because how it is, based out of the states or whatever, the regulations probably. But yeah, they want him to come in there. They hope employees are staying. They want some changes to happen, and they also don't want some things to happen. So we're just going to give him a chance. Of course, he has a Dogecoin, so he can even make the payment, the coins, accept the payment over there on the Twitter Spaces. So there are benefits for some people, and maybe that be in certain coins coins also, or may want to get in the coin. I'm not telling you to go get in the coin, but
Yeah.
of course, when stuff like that's happened, it's a pump. So if you know how to flip and getting stuff in and out safely, you can flip. If you do not know how, I wouldn't say necessarily go over and be looking at coins to try to get in that specifically. So
Yes.
yeah, just some more opportunity coming up, and that it definitely did 20% because of that. He bought Twitter.
Yeah. Good stuff. All righty. Let's keep moving. Okay, for the NFL all day. Remember, they are going to be having I thought this was pretty cool. I think the NBA did this last year when they were sending people to the finals and stuff. And so I think they're still definitely. This is for the football one, NFL all day. So I think they're trying to be more creative to try to bring more people into the whole thing of the football, or whether it's basketball. They're going to be doing the all access pass. And so not the all access, but you can actually go to the drafting that they're going to be having upcoming. I have an article somewhere in here on one of these tweets right here. Let me just go back to it. Go ahead, Jessica.
Oh no, I thought I would say I think that it like you said, a little lower, but as we speak about even with utilities, this is one of the things that is a utility behind the NBA or the NFL all day passes, and so definitely if you want to go to the draft or you attempt to, it's not everybody's going to go, but it's just added benefit. Normally you weren't going to go at all, so now you have an opportunity every year, and now that they have these NFTs with the utility with that, they're going to be now picking people to go to those, and it's just two lucky fans. So I'm not going to say go buy.
They did a snapshot on the 24th, so I thought it was pretty cool because again, like I said, you do get to go to Vegas, and everything's paid for. Whether you can do the airline and all of that stuff, it's going to be paid. The other thing I thought was cool was that there was they had a couple different variations. There was going to be one winner, and you could actually you plus whoever you're going to be taking with you would be invited as far as having everything paid to attend. But there was going to be another lucky person that was going to be able to go on and possibly be able to go on and announce the name. So I was like, it's actually pretty creative. I think some of the things that they're trying to do to make the regular, ordinary people start getting invested into the project, I think it's going to help a lot of us who've if you've gone on and bought some of the packs already, as more people continue to come into the space, it will definitely help some of the pricing. Because I know the NBA Top Shot it was sky high, then it came all the way down. It's still been down. And so hopefully as they're trying to be more creative in bringing more people into the space, I think the numbers should eventually start going back up. Okay. So I know this was going to be, so be on the lookout as far as, making sure you've joined their Discord to see if you're going to be one of the lucky winners, or check also even on their Twitter page, because again, this is where they're doing the announcements as far as who's going to be the lucky people that's going to win. Okay. So that's going to be very important. And you did have to KYC. I did see that on one of the articles. You did have to be verified in order to be able to qualify for this particular access.
And hopefully some of you KYC with your Dapper account already, because that's connected to the NBA Top Shot, so you won't have to worry too much about that.
Good stuff. Okay. All right. Everybody's still trying to get paid. We talked about this a couple of times before, because I think it's, again, it's a scenario where I see both sides of it, where most athletes, or whether you're an athlete or whoever you are, I'm like, all my business, I'm like, y'all want to pay me crypto, that would be like fabulous. I'm all in on taking payments for crypto. And I understand the fluctuation of the crypto going up, the crypto going down, but I think if you're looking at it in a short-term aspect, then no, you probably don't want to be crypto. Like if your wife is looking at you or your husband looking at you and you're like, we need this money this month, you might not want to be taking crypto.
Do 25% of it or something. You ain't got to do the whole 100%. And then some of them truthfully already have the money that's already there. So if they can now have the opportunity to put that in crypto and let that money ride, of course, this ain't short term, like you're saying. This is like a plan to it. You plan on being in it some years, letting it go back up. Even for getting in Bitcoin right now, we know how high it's been at like 60,000 or so. So some of them getting paid right now while it's 40,000. Yeah. You can't usually make gains like that. Returns,
And that's I think the biggest thing, like you said. I think when you're looking at it long term, that same person that that whether it's ETH is going to be 3,000 a day. If you're looking at it like in the long term aspect, that same $3,000, you're not doing anything different. And what if ETH gets to $5,000 or $10,000? That's where the bigger things and where you can make a whole lot more money and not have to take all them hits as you're out there playing, whether you've been basketball or football. I think it's going to be a big game changer for a lot of people within the sports aspect. And I think we've talked about it many times of how they can, just to, again, taking their payment is going to be, it can be good, but like if you need your money and you need to have a set amount, You need to not take it all in crypto because your wife or your husband don't want to hear. Like, but baby, the market down. We can't make that mortgage payment. They ain't trying to hear all that. we,
That's right.
we
And
want
of
to be
course, like we know,
comfortable.
too, basketball and these sports, they've been pushing and leading the way. A lot of that NBA Top Shot. You had the renaming of the Staples System, the Staples Center to Crypto.com. You had a lot of other things that's going on. You have cricket, you have soccer. Everybody is already in here. MLB, baseball, they're here already selling the NFTs. It might be a little minute to people that's buying it currently, but they're already playing with it, building it out, getting the beta issues figured out. Because, we still know we're all early. So, but it is the sports team that has definitely taken the lead on, even pushing this into mainstream. And they have millions and millions of followers, depending on which sport it is. So it's a good thing for the space. And I know some people don't want it in the space, depending on what kind of project it is, especially with the KYC. People that are, especially coming from crypto, knowing decentralization and wanting to stay in there with the Web3 and everything else. But truthfully, once things are starting to get regulated now, it's no way around it, especially if you're based out of the United States and whatever else it's going to be. Most projects, even like you see with Bored Apes now, KYC, just want to be doing the regulation, want to keep doing the businesses. And if you think about it, they're doing things with, even every project, you can go out and have your avatar in a movie as an actor. So we get commercial rights. So there's a lot of things that go behind that and why they now are making a lot of people do KYC. But a lot of them are based in the States, and it's not going to change. It's only going to be more KYC, if anything.
I was looking at his. I was like, okay, in 2019, so he took his salary at 13 million, and Bitcoin was 27,000.
He's seen that 60. He's seen a double.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if he took any out.
I'm not trying to count your money, Russell, but I hope you took some of the money out.
Yeah, 13 became 26 to 35 to 40.
So even if it doubled, it went to 26 million.
Oh man.
Wow.
It did more than a double. I'll try to be nice. It did extra,
I wasn't trying to count all his money. I wasn't trying to count his money. I wasn't, but dog, that was.
He may have pulled over the years or something, but still, if he did not and had a long-term play, he might have spent it already. Don't know, but this is the difference of if you took that in crypto and money wasn't needed, and it's an investment for you, and it's sitting there that easy. It was, you're making your salary like you were in the NBA or still in the NFL for some of them. Or more. Some of them, you wouldn't even be able to. You're making more. Some of the top paying, and you're up there now because of how you took your payment. So it's crazy, but
keep investing. That's awesome to see people investing good. Like I said, we're not here to tell everybody to take your salary because we understand the market can go down. This happens to be a great example. We understand that part. Okay. Just remember, in regards to, I know we keep talking about VV. VV again, it seems like you are able to buy a little bit more. It's not, the bots aren't killing you instantly in the 0.000 of a second. But again, the numbers have also come down on some of the VV items. But again, for most people, when you're starting to look at the opportunity of buying things at $7 for $6.99 for a comic book, potentially, like I said, even if they only went to $100, it's still a win. Especially for new people who are in the space. Imagine a kid. So if we're talking about adults, that may not be money for an adult. But literally, if kids started investing in some of these comic books and they're getting it for $7 and they can turn that $7 into whether it's $50 or $100, that's a great investment. It's also a great opportunity to help kids also start figuring out how to get into the NFT space, how to start making money as a business owner. Because if they get the taste of doing that once or twice, and they're like, okay, I spent $7 of my allowance money or whatever, however you do your kids, and they can actually turn that into $100. They're gonna be like, Mama, can we hire a gardener? Can we hire somebody to cut the yard?
That's right. And to add to that, right now they are paying in gems, but of course you're going to be able to convert those gems out. So don't go in if you literally want to try to get right out of it. But if you're literally going over there to build your portfolio to acquire different NFTs, like she said, you spend $7.99, you make $100 off of that, get those gems, maybe you reinvest it back into some other NFTs, and you're flipping it right now until, of course, that payment system is fully ran out with the Ethereum 2 on the immutable. So right now, of course, you may get gems. You don't have to worry about too much of that. You will be able to cash those gems out at some point. So that's just, but like she's saying, kids especially, like I said, you may not think it's cool or you may not really get it, but if you're now able to at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 buy some of the things that you are interested in, and they go to double or $500 because they're also a collectible item down the line. You're talking about college funds,
Yeah.
cars, everything that they would need, even by the time they're 15, 16. You don't have to be out there purchasing. They might be buying you a house. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they don't even need lunch money. They don't need lunch money. It'd be like a beautiful thing.
Okay.
Y'all eat more lunch, need more lunch money than I use. But I think it's a great opportunity for literally with kids and getting youth involved into the space. It's really a good opportunity. So that's another one. So be on check the calendar as far as when these are dropping, especially if you're going to use this as an experiment with your kids to help them start wanting to get involved in this space. It can be really a simple process for you to do. Okay. Alrighty, a coup is still, the numbers are still okay though. The numbers are still okay. But like I said, I wasn't on. I heard last time we were on our call with everyone. Everybody was talking about how Micah had really come on and was really was crying, just like they're like we'd never heard a grown man cry. But again, I think we talked about it last night, Jessica, about he really cares about the project of what he's doing. And 33 million tied up into a contract,
just a decimal over. So yeah, like a lot of people are familiar. There was a contract issue, and since the contract issue, the money became locked up because basically how the numbers ran, it doesn't make sense to the contract. So right now, that $33 million is locked up. They cannot get access to it. He is, of course, we know if you minted one, you're supposed to get a half of ETH off of each one that you minted. He definitely still wants to make sure, went to his own bank account, wants to make sure he honors those things that he's doing, especially for the project. We know they have deals with Visa. He's trying to build a lot of things out. He's, especially last year, he started selling those NFTs, and now you got these ones that's airdrops. So it doesn't necessarily, a lot of collectors are in it. The community definitely are behind still the project. Great project. Still wanted to, be successful. So that's why a lot of times too, it was not as major of a hit, because when you have a community behind you that still believes in the project, they're not going to dump your project. And that's one of the things that is definitely saving it. They're currently around like 2.2 in ETH, I think, or a little higher.
They're 2.2.
And so some people, that's still up there. When an NFT hits, and I know before, they were like 4.4. The passes were selling before this issue. Now that they revealed, you're going to have some different rarities, and of course, when they reveal, different items come out at lower prices. So this is also probably part of that mixed in there, but they are still maintaining that floor around right there, about 2.4 price point. And so, yeah, they definitely want the project to be successful. We know these are the avatars that's going to go to the Coup World verse. They have a lot of different collabs also in place. And some of them are still selling very high prices, depending on if it's a one of one or what trade it has, the helmet.
The OG is at 3.14. I was trying to see what the mega one. The mega ones are at
3.1.
Did that not? Okay, so they're 3 point. Okay, I was gonna say that didn't seem right. Okay, those are at 13.95 for the mega coup. And again, I think when you start looking at these things again, if you own the whole series, these were all airdrops that you received for being committed and buying some of the artwork that he had very early on. And so it's not like you can be like, well, I'm mad because you gave me all these airdrops. Now, granted, if you were one of the people who went in and bought them at 4 ETH, I get that part. That's the downside of it. Some people did go on buy them for the 14 ETH. I mean, not for the 14 ETH. I'm looking at these numbers. I'm looking at the 14.75. I'm literally looking at that. You're looking. They went in and bought them for the 4 ETH, and sometimes a little higher. And then for them to drop, I still think that they're going to come back and do fairly okay. Because again, like I said, I think he really is concerned about the project and cares about the project. And let me just skip this one over here. This was one of the reasons why I think it's still going to be okay. When I looked at even on Nifty Gateway, as far as some of the artwork for people, like, again, you went in and you bought these artworks for, was it $999? Some of these artworks, I looked at chapter 3. Was it chapter 3 I looked at last night? Chapter 3, okay, you paid $999. The highest offer right now is $34,500. That's the highest offer. The floor price on this particular art piece is $79,000. So I think if the numbers of these had drastically come down a whole bunch, then I would have been like, oh man, he might be in a whole bunch of trouble, or might be having some problems with this particular project now. But I don't. I haven't panicked to sell my items. I really,
Community member, dedicated community member.
I am
And
a
that's the only
dedicated,
reason why the prices
I am
haven't
a
fell.
dedicated community member.
Yeah,
I do have
so and
all
that's
the
you have to do that. And look, I said, listen, I'll be both, but I did flip out at 4.4.
yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah,
And
and
we
so
had
some people you
enough to
sold
take
on
the
the
same.
way up, but you know to come back in, you can now
Yep,
get two. So there's
yep,
a couple ways you can plan on doing. You know, like if she's saying, if you bought the whole one and you had 10, that's one thing. If you only bought one or bought 1 through 4, it's a lot different too. But like she's saying, even for these art pieces, but this is dedicated. If you really talking about community members, they're part of this the most deepest, if anything, the original art pieces that came out, and you can tell also sometimes for the edition sizes, they were not going more than like I think 2,400 or lower in the edition sizes, and some only had like 529. So not telling you to go buy or anything, but of course with the art too and the chapters, those are looked at as collector's pieces. So it's not, it ain't saying go buy it or anything, but you can see if you're investing in the right artist and in the right project, and then with them also be on the blockchain, how airdrops and everything will be a benefit for you. Because even if you spent 20,000 because you got two of each edition of, you could have sold one item and recuperate all your initial investment. So the investing in those right projects that will, and especially when I say that for smart contracts, when they're building on smart contracts, there's so much things that can go wrong, and
yeah,
they're the leading people doing it. And so sometimes they're going to take those hits because they're leading in doing it, and they're making mistakes as they're doing it. So as long as the community still, like I said, believes in this project, in which they have, and they're still holding strong even to these pieces that got you those Aku pieces, then you're kind of not worried about it. It may take some more time for it to get back up now to those the 4.4s, maybe the metaverse announcements and stuff. So the most you're gonna have to do now is give it more time, let the wallet still get figured out, because the distribution on that, I think, is still probably some things that can get worked out. But
mhm,
watch it if you're still trying to take an entry point on it. Just
yep.
watch it.
I totally agree. Good stuff. Okay, so Micah, we are rooting for you. We hope you keep
Yes,
doing what you're doing. I
yes.
think you're doing a great job. Really good. Dog, here we go.
Meta will open physical metaverse themed store in San Francisco Bay Area. This guy, listen. Listen, I guess he want to compete with Apple too, So now this is going to be his way. He's going to have the Oculus. Of course, he already has that. I don't know if they have any other things that they're building out, but we know that Meta is Meta. If y'all do not know, Meta is Facebook. Most of you probably know by now that Meta is Facebook, and now the thing that they want to do, and that's one of the things that's with the space. Some people are building to be decentralized, and other people are building to be centralized, and people don't want their information to be used and be tracked. They just want to be in the space, and so people are trying to see how this is going to really work. Of course, he's going to be centralized, and even his percent he wants for NFTs. If you go over there and create on there, it's 50%. It's like 47% that he
Yeah.
gets for you creating your NFT over there, and that's not something that anybody was trying to work to. It's like the creator who created it should actually get the work or the money from it and the royalties, not the platform that's only holding it. So we'll see how this is all going to work out. But as you see they have the Oculus on. A lot of people in a lot of stores that we've seen, even Walmart, and when you're going through their shopping with goggles or things, you will now be able to pick them out on the aisle, never leaving the house, maybe even have it shipped to your house. So
Mhm.
a lot of people are doing this. Facebook is the first to do it in the States. Walmart's doing it overseas. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Still have a lot of fans on Facebook, or still there just because it's been known. I said I was joining Facebook since 2006.
You went back and looked.
Yeah,
You didn't even realize it was that long,
yeah,
huh?
I got my whole life on there. I've been like, my
It was a whole.
and it's just, it first started off for colleges only, but still, this is we're gonna see where it goes. A lot
Yeah.
of people aren't gonna. We want to be able to go be cross platforms, build into each other, but Facebook might be doing a thing of their own, like some other places may do, and we'll just see how it goes for them.
Yep. We're gonna see the Cosmo. This is one I think you're talking about.
Twitter changed the way they
Yeah.
share our thoughts. Instagram changed how we share our photos. And today I'm excited to announce a new platform that may change the way we share our NFTs. And that's Cosmo de Medica. We know that's Snoop Dogg's, I don't even say persona, his additional name, or I don't even know what to say, what it is. It's Snoop Dogg.
It's Snoop. It's Snoop.
Yeah.
It's Snoop again. It's Snoop
Yeah.
again now.
and, and the
Snoop has been
platform
doing
that came
stuff.
out with the NFT.com. So, he's on there. You have Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank also on that platform. So you can just do some more research. We know before there were some issues, certain places on Instagram, people will be able to create art without verifying that they're the artist. And there may have been some copyright stuff that's going on in the space, no matter where it's been. But people definitely want the website that, or wherever the platform they are, building out on, to actually verify their artist, so that they know that they're also spending money on art work that is actually something that they can resell and not actually maybe get have an issue with down the line. So definitely something you can check out. But this is Snoop is everywhere. So
Snoop is everywhere right now. If y'all haven't figured that out,
he get his position in every industry.
he can't be mad at, like, somebody's doing very good for him. This I thought was cool though. This new Snapchat thing.
Oh yes, the new Snapchat filter. So and then they're going to be coming out in all different ways. We know that Artifact has their own Snapchat. Their non-fungible people has their own, and so a lot of things have been getting built out. This one isn't theirs. It did tell whose it was. But yeah, so a lot of these things are going to be happening with the filters. And as you think about it right now, they are holding their phone up to see you. But of course, we know in the next 5 years or so, phones are going away, and they're going to be glasses that automatically pick up this digital augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, whatever it is. You will no longer have to use your phone filter to see it. You'll be walking down the street, seeing stores, advertisement. You've seen some before with Nike shoes, waves coming off, balloons flying in the air. And so naturally right now, you may not get it because you're like, oh, I got to have my phone up to see that. But in the future, you will not even, you're going to be glasses that you are wearing, and you're just going to automatically see it. So certain places are getting that with the augmented reality, especially like Snapchat. We know Artifact's been building over there for quite some time. Probably a lot of artists are actually, building into a lot of these other social media platforms that way. If people want to represent themselves as their clone or as their avatar project, they'll do so. And you may not want to, you may not get it, but all these people into anime and everything else, TikTok.
You said you may not want to, and you might not get it, and you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to. That's right.
Like, you don't even have to. I get it. Because some of the stuff I'd be like, dog, that's deep. I can't even figure that part out. But again, it doesn't stop me from as far as trying to learn it, because I think as things are continuing to change, if you go in a business, you better continue to change with it, or you're gonna be sitting back still looking for printer paper. So, oh, this one was cool. The other shoe.
Oh yes, the Artifact.
Nike. Now y'all know we were going to talk about Artifact today. I'm so sorry if you didn't think we were going to talk about Artifact today. We are going to talk about Artifact today.
We just have to start off with it, because then it's going to be all we talk about.
That's all we're going to talk about.
Artifact. And yeah, as you see, as she's playing the video, especially for the culture of sneakers, a lot of people don't even know this is going on. My cousin literally was like, I'm going to order some dunks this weekend. I started throwing her tweet. I said, look, these are new dunks. They're going to have screens in it. They're going to be able to be forged. Nike's in the space right now with Artifact, and those creators have been in here doing Fortnite skins, working with luxury brands, building out in many different ways, fashion. And so now you see we finally revealed, and in that reveal, you got a new monolith, you got some skins, and you got a base shoe. So this is a base shoe, but these have the skins on them. And as you can see with the technology, if you have the base shoe, you can load the skin, and that when they do start to forge, you'll be able to use those, be able to buy those. And of course, there's still a scarcity in these shoes, depending on the item you get. If it's an Angel, of course, it's probably like going to be 1,700 shoes of those or so, give or take. If you got a Murakami, could be less than 100 of those. So the ratio, the scarcity still in these shoes is also there. And so definitely with Nike building out, going into direct to consumer by the end of the year or beginning of next year, it's going to have a heavy impact, especially for the culture of people that collect mostly, a certain sneaker. Some are into specific sneakers that they collect. Mm-hmm. And now when they see that these sneakers are coming out, you have to have the base one, but you are able to switch them up with skins and vials from different projects that are going to be collabing with Artifact. Of course, you did see their skins that are connected to the CloneX first right now, but you never know who else, what legendary artists or whoever else they're going to be working with, that you can get the skins. And like I said, those items, the price had dropped because people thought it was just a digital shoe. No, our CloneX are going to look good in them, but we also will be able to forge that shoe, and that shoe also will have value if you choose to sell it. So like, no, I got two or three. Yeah, but I was like, I can't sell it. Yeah.
Why can we sell it?
Yeah, I can't sell it. So I was happy I did get 2 angels. I got 2 humans, and then I got 2 robots. But some people are getting demons, Murakamis, and of course we also know if you have a CloneX, the trait doesn't have to match the CloneX that you have. That is not how they're doing this drop at all. So you have a chance, if you have a human, you still have a chance of getting a Murakami, a demon, or anything else, the undead, and you didn't even have to own that DNA CloneX. So it was pretty exciting. I'm very excited about the reveal. We know the prices are, of course, with the monolith, there's two of them going at the same time. People are hesitant to reveal their item. They don't know because of how the vials went. Like, is there something we should be waiting on?
Should you wait to open, or should
Yeah.
you not? Should you hold it?
Yeah. But truthfully,
It's
to
hard.
do the next monolith challenges, you have to have that new monolith. So at some point, it's going to start where people are going to, of course, do their revealing and everything else. But right now, they're like, it ain't no rush. I seen how the vials at 30 ETH, and
Yeah.
right now, and that's if you're looking to sell, that's something for you. But with us, I'm not looking to sell. I don't know what I'm giving away, so I'm actually keeping my items. I have other items in this space I can sell, but to each their own. Sometimes you can sell them high and get back
Yeah.
low, but do not go track your previous item. That is going to be my best advice. Just let
Yeah.
it go.
Don't go
Know
look.
you
Let it
made
go.
that money. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
go see what the vial is.
Because what wasn't it 450,000? One of those that the Benito
Yes.
tweeted about last night.
Yes.
One sold for $450,000.
150 ETH. That's right.
I was like, good.
And like from some collectors want each one, and people been in this space heavily. They got that extra ETH. It ain't been like that's the actual money they had to go spend or work for, and now they getting their savings. No, some people have definitely been making money from the crypto side or even the NFT side. If you had a Bored Ape, so people can definitely go out and spend that. But also, as you can see here, there are reasonable price vials still. There you see the human one still going for $2,000 now. And the more, of course, that come onto the market, the price usually will go lower because people don't know how to price and stay at the floor. They have to ride that thing all the way down.
Stop running to the floor.
Yeah, I'm like, they just want to go straight to the ground. Sit in the chair for a little while. Somebody then gave you a price point of where the floor is. You do not have to write it down.
This one sold 23 minutes ago for 160,000.
Murakami trait.
That's the Murakami.
Mm-hmm. I was looking. Let me get pink. Let me get pink. It's okay.
Yeah, you be trying to look and you open it. My head was like, and we look like you got a human.
Yeah, and the human still like the shoes are really nice. Like no matter what, my favorite one is the angel, but even the human ones and the color change that they do have on it looks really nice, and it can go with different things. But like you said, when you know that you can get an undead, an alien, a Murakami, you're like, hold on,
you're like, give me enough just to pay the house off. You want the whole house to be paid off on one swipe. You're like, okay. Come on now,
that's right. In the right place, you can get a house and a car because they about
you can get more than that.
That's right. And so even with these vials, these all do have accounts. So if it's 56,000, it goes to or 56% goes to human, and that's out of the 20,000 or 22,000 under Clonex that they do have. And so some of them are more scarce. If you want to buy this or wait to see if it's going to come down any further, because like I said, as the more people reveal, they may get certain vials that they want to flip up. So they go list this vial and then they go buy a higher price vial. So there's different reasons why it may go up and down. But if you want to be in the project, if you do want to have one of the base shoes in a vial, the human vial, of course, is the cheapest to come with. But the shoes, I think, are still around. Are they around 8,000? Oh, so yeah, there they are. So the vial is one thing. The base shoe, as you see here, is the gray shoe. That human shoe, the first shoe coming up is the human shoe or a vial equipped with the human shoe. And just to make sure to put this up there also, do not go and buy the ones that currently have vials equipped to them. There may be a glitch in the system or metadata, not the system, but the metadata has not been refreshed. And so someone may have listed it with the skin on there, but after they listed it, they removed the vial. But still, since you didn't refresh your metadata, it's showing with the vial still on there, but it's not actually there. So it's important to even refresh that on OpenSea. We know sometimes they're behind, but even when you're buying other items, if they can go up or down in price for whatever reason of you using them or not, just go ahead and refresh that metadata and make sure that you are buying an equipped shoe. But right now, do not buy equipped shoes. Just right now, the word is hold off on the equipped shoes. If you want to buy the vial individual and then buy the shoe, that's fine. And that's going to be your safest bet. That way, if you're thinking you go buy that shoe and it's like it's charging you 8,000 because you think you're getting the vial, and then you realize you're only still getting the base shoe, and that's only going to cost you 2.3 ETH, you'll realize how much money you lost. So right now, safest thing to do is even with the base. This shoe is 2.3. The other one is 0.7 or 8 for the skin vial. So you would be able to get that less than under 4 ETHs for the shoe and one of the vials versus taking the risk on an equipped shoe.
So this was an equipped for the new people. This is an equipped shoe that has a human vial on it. So they have this shoe, trying to give y'all a visual for the new people. And they also have this connected to to make it look like this. Okay, so Jessica's saying do not try to buy this in case they have taken it. They may have taken a picture like this when they list it, but in case they've done that and then taken this vial off and just taken it off of there, then you don't want to get stuck. Okay, so they're just trying to give you a clearer interpretation. All right, so that's that. Okay, and then the monolith 2, what is it, 3.9? And I think everybody keeps like, oh my god, what's going on with the monolith? It's like it was free. You got this.
Well, then it's
free.
We know what's going on. The other monoliths are holding it up.
Yeah.
Other monolith non-revealers, just putting that out there. That is why. And I'm like, no force to go reveal for real. Like everybody's each their own. You might have a certain day, everybody, the feel might not be there yet. So reveal when you really truly want to. But that is one of the reasons you see there's only 8K in total. There's supposed to be like 21,000. But everybody's still, because they're not sure how things are working, they're still holding on to that, the gray monolith. And truthfully, that's the one to go buy because you can get you're going to get this monolith, you're going to get a base shoe, and you're going to get the vial. So if you had the 9 or 10 ETH, you can go buy over there and have a chance of getting a rare skin. If you come out with a Murakami skin, it's a no-brainer. But so, yeah, you do need to make sure that that is one of the reasons why this box is down. The other monoliths are not yet revealed at all. Oh, I think I have a little delay. I guess I'm keep going. And so, so there was 3 items that were actually given out at this time. This is the new monolith reveal. You see it's in quest mode right now, and it says offline. And the tech is the dark. That's the technology they're using. Oh, wow. Oh, so everybody's still there. I think I have to start sharing mine. Let me pull up something here quickly for you guys. Had a little technical issue. Get that open. Bear with me. There we go. Let's see here. Perfect. Thank you guys. Let me just go ahead and pull this back up and start sharing with you. She had most of the stuff sharing. Perfect. Oh. I got kicked out too?
All right, sorry, Jessica.
I got kicked out. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Jessica?
I can't. There was some little echo in. Let me turn one of these off. Okay.
Close one of yours out, Jessica. I think you came in twice. Sorry, y'all. Y'all see technology live. Let me go back and see if I can share my screen.
Let's see.
All right, I don't know what happened on that. Are you good? You're back?
Yeah. And I'm still having echo though. So
let me try to keep.
I'll leave and come back in.
Okay, now you're good. You're good, Jessica.
Okay, perfect.
All right, sorry, y'all. We back. You see live. Well, it happened live. Okay. Let me just go back to sharing the screen because I know we're getting close to time too. All right, so I think we left off talking about the monolith 2, and then we're talking about in comparison as far as numbers, why the numbers are still staying a little, somewhat not. I wouldn't even say low, but they're just staying where they're at, and that's simply because there's still the old monolith, and then the old monolith, and then this new monolith that's out there. Okay, so that's what we'll say on that. Let me just keep moving. Let me remove you again real quick, Jessica, on one of these.
Yeah, because I'm getting a double echo.
Okay, I removed that one. Okay, you should be good now.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, moving on. Okay, moving on. Yeah. The next thing, remember on NFT Worlds. Jessica, can you hear me?
I can't hear you, but I'm frozen, so I'm just gonna watch for now.
All right.
Well, at
All
least
right.
I'll know whatever screen you say you're on. I'll know to talk.
All right. On NFT World, they're going to be having an avatar drop coming up in May. So make sure you put that on your calendar, whether you're invested into NFT Worlds or not. Make sure you're doing some research on that particular project because we do like that particular project. Okay, so let's keep on moving. Sorry, y'all. We had a problem with the internet. Okay, just on this one on NFT.com, the auction. They're going to be having this auction in four. I guess it's in 4 hours. So if you have not gone over here and tried to get whitelisted on this particular project, make sure you've gone on over to this particular project. Get whitelisted if you'd like to do that. Get some more information. Again, I think many times we try to share information with you guys about what's happening out there in the space. Doesn't mean that you have to jump into every single project that we're talking about. Do some research. That's where you're going to end up making a lot of money, is learning how to go on and do some research yourself, figure out who are good people, who are bad people in the space, and then you run with them. Like for us, you guys hear us talk about artifacts all the time, and we will probably continue to talk about artifacts because artifacts hasn't let us down since we've been investing with them since last year. And so, and then as you continue to see, as far as hey, are they whether they're giving you airdrops or not, but are they still continuing to develop out? Yeah, they have been continuing to. They've kept their word on what they've been doing, and so it's going to be very, very important within the space.
Yeah,
Okay, so
especially
make
because
sure.
they're so early, and that's what make sure you guys always know we are very early. They had a plan; they're building for the future, and so a lot of these projects are. So you are very early, no matter when you are taking entry points on some of these projects. Some may be gone right now, up in price, but there's usually always another way, even for artifacts, to make an entry to on some of their projects. They have lower price pods and other things like that. So if you still want to be part of that ecosystem or part of the project, there are other ways to take entries as well. If you do not have the 10,000 to come up with currently now to get
Exactly.
like the current box.
Very, very good. Okay, I just thought this was pretty interesting because as we were just again talking about artifacts, of how when just looking at the picture here of how this actually started out. Again, many of you guys bought Ferocious Drip. We've actually bought the Ferocious Drip. Was that last year, April, May timeframe? I can't remember what timeframe that was. But even before, but was it? It was even before that. I think it was. It might have even been before that. The Ferocious Drip came out, but then there was also the Space Strips that came out even earlier. And so, just seeing the picture of how things have evolved. Again, if you bought this particular item and paid $1,500 for it, it was as high as $50,000 just this past year. Now I think the price of them is right around 20. The price of those around 20. But remember, it also gave you 3 of these Clone X's. Clone X's again, the floor is $50,000. So I think when you start looking at these things visually, and you can start doing the same thing, whether you're investing into another project and start making your own map of, hey, what are they doing? Okay, I bought this item from them. They gave me these items, or they gave me an airdrop of that particular coin. And you start calculating how much this is. So again, this $1,500 investment that you made back last year could have easily, if these were just all basic ones, you're talking about another $150,000, $115,000. So $150,000, let alone all the other airdrops that you also received. I think these are $5,000. Each one of these you own, you got another airdrop, another airdrop, another airdrop. These are $25,000 to $30,000 right now. So again, that first initial investment of finding the right companies to invest in can be like a big game changer for you when you're in the NFT space. It literally can be a big game changer for you, and it can give you the momentum that you'll definitely need within this space.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure if you can see my screen, but I'll just keep talking.
Yeah, so like you said, even with the airdrops, like you said, the multiple airdrops that have come from that one, and even for the space strips, some of those things have 10-year plans with it. So the more you're looking into some of these, that they've been successful in a lot of different avenues. Like I said, people weren't able to sell their Fortnite skins, but people would sell their whole account with certain skins. They've made some of the most rarest skins. They've done collab with the Kobe Bryant, Janet Jackson. There's a lot of different things that they have been doing in this space also throughout the last year and before that, but definitely Artifact is someone we are definitely going to be heavily following. If you hear that saying that 99% of the projects are going to fail, we know they're on that 1% that's going to succeed, especially being acquired by Nike. It's like truthfully one of the best probably partnerships they can have. That way they can also scale to mass, but also have that for the collector side, have those more scarce items that definitely will have more value to them from the collector side, from you being able to wear the shoe, or if you don't want to wear the shoe, the resale value also. but definitely from the shoe culture, we know Artifact is going to be the future of shoes, and especially like I said, you have the screens in the shoes, you have the technology to make it look like it's a
I can't
hologram.
wait for my doggone
Yeah,
shoes.
so I don't care how many humans I got, I'm gonna get all 7 units. We're gonna have 7 different sizes, y'all. I'm watching. So,
I
yeah,
can't wait to get my shoes.
that's right. So, yep.
It's gonna be exciting. So okay, all right. Let's talk about on Moonbirds. I know we talked about this a little bit of last week, and I think the price of Moonbirds at the time, I think when we were talking about it, was at about 20 ETH. They have gone up another 10 ETH. So again, as far as you investing in it, that's something that you totally have to make a decision. I think we said it loud and clear last week that hey, we missed it. They came out at 2.5 ETH. We didn't get into this particular project. And like I said, we both have our reasons why we didn't get into it. And you're going to have to understand why you're in this space that you're not going to get every NFT that comes out. It's just going to be impossible for you to do. And you're going to be like, well, man, I wish I had. Find another one. Find another project. But again, on this particular article, I know it's talking about the Moonbird COO leaves project for new fund. They had a Twitter space. I did not hear the Twitter space, but reading from the article, there was some issues as far as how this particular person left. Because again, in this particular article, it talked about how they went on and they bought a whole bunch of these the Moonbirds before they left, and so it can leave a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth because it's a matter of like, okay, how do you go sweep 200 ETH of the Moonbirds the day?
It had signs. Okay, it had signs. Everybody was talking about how this was going to be a rug pull and everything else. They said the team had a project before they had the 99 ETH floor stuff, but I was like, it's easy for teams to once you especially had a product that's successful, they have all that money, they can manipulate the market in any type of way, go buy items, price it out to the certain price point, and of course other people are going to jump into it because it looked like the volume is great, and so some people are really getting some really good money on knowing when to flip in these, and that's literally, some of them are just flips, and it's some good money if you can go flip 50 ETH, 150 ETH, whatever it is, and the next day and you be okay, even if it was just 20 ETH. So when you can take those rides, if you know how to take those rides, it's a benefit for you to do. But a lot of times it'll be rug pull, and you can get caught up in that rug pull, that all that money you spent to get in when they're at 25 ETH, and then they want to dump the project, and it can come down. So it can go both ways on that. So some people taking the ride right now, but definitely people.
Congrats! If you're in this project and you got in at the 2.5, congrats to you. As far as when you take your money. Congratulations to you. I mean, you got in on a good one. And like I said, we're not going to get them all. And again, whether they go on and they ends up being a bad product, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say, but I've heard of some good things about the creator as far as having another project before. But it's like I said, to each their own. It's not a bad thing, but this is a bad look. When you have someone that's when someone's who's close and who works at the company, like I said, and everybody has a right, because I think when we look at it, that's what NFTs, the aspect of most people are trying to create their own business. And that's why a lot of these developers are having so many problems. People are like, I can do this myself. And they're figuring out how to do it themselves and make their own money. So this particular person, probably had some inside information, knew some inside things, and bought 200 ETH of it.
They probably started it with the intentions of that. I'm sorry, not.
Well, he said he was going to try to change the policy on that, as far as how people have to divulge and they can't buy for 7 days. So I think they're trying to be proactive, like I said, because sometimes I think sometimes as an owner, you can't get blindsided. You're like, you didn't think, you thought possibly, but at the same time, you just didn't think. And whatever reason, I'm not going to say he knew or he didn't know but whatever. It's still a matter of, it sometimes it can, again, that one employee could kill the whole project for everyone. So you're talking about a lot of people losing a lot of money if a lot of people have a bad taste about the project. But then again, like I said, as long as the owner has a good track record, and most people who are in that community, no different how we look at a coup. Most people, even though that was a bad situation that happened, people who are in that community are still sticking with that particular thing. So
they don't want to lose no money. So they are but they are. Look, that's the best thing that she's saying, that they are sticking with the project, so it doesn't fall down. But at any point, they can do that. Now you leave it to the project, the community, to build out and continue forward. So I don't know. Some people are still there, but now they're saying they got to create a new fund. And now how can you trust and believe that you're going to go buy in and that new fund isn't going to, be affected, or you have to 100% trust that person that created that new fund that they're not going to do the same thing. So yeah, right now the community they're in it, so they haven't left it like that. But don't
Right.
be surprised if it do come a
Look, they
falling.
can't leave it. It's too much money.
It
Listen,
do come a
I have
falling.
learned this. One thing I have definitely learned: people will get mad, but they're not gonna leave their money. They'll be like, "Listen, we mad, we upset that this happened, but we're gonna have to look the other way for right now until I can get this money, and then we can come back and address the issue."
Well, it's also how much they got in at. They
Yeah,
can't. So that's the only reason usually why they won't leave the project, and it keeps the floor up because they can't leave the project
they
because they
can't
already might have to take a loss. So
unless you bought in at 2.5, you'd be like, "Well, I don't care. You come down another half, and I'm still gonna be fine." But the
yeah,
people who bought in at 20 something and 30 something, they you start getting a little bit more nervous. And so again, hopefully this project works out well for everyone. Again, I have nothing bad to say, but hopefully it works out to people who are invested in it. Like I said, it's no different than us having our how we truly feel about artifacts. Same thing with us. Like,
Please,
I
I know
know,
you did not
I
say
know.
that sentence.
I,
We heavy research, hours upon hours upon hours upon weeks went into artifacts. So I just want to make sure nothing in comparison.
it's nothing in comparison as far as the
And then,
research.
and even we've seen projects go high. So these prices don't do anything. We've seen, only ones. We've done different
Did the
projects,
17.
Megaverse. There's a lot of projects who last year are at these current floor prices. So if you know when to sell, make your
Then
money,
you're
and,
good.
and then keep it moving. And that's all it is. It's like it's not a negative. They made an opportunity for you to make money. You just have to know when to get off the ride.
When to take your money. That's the key. Take when you got to take the money. So that's good stuff. Okay, so good. That's Moonbirds. All right, this other one, the Dolce, and then we can.
Oh yeah, the Dolce Gabbana. There was a drop this weekend. It was like, but like I say, a lot of things that come out, there's drop issues. We had to do some refreshing. Next day, finally got it settled. But it is you get 3 different boxes with these: gold, black, and platinum. These are going to be one of the avatars that come in them. You see, it's going to claimable airdrop wearable, featuring different looks of different rarities. You don't have to care. You do have to care. You don't know if it looks. If you buy the box, no matter what, you're gonna get one of these or something.
You gonna get something.
Yeah, you buy the box, you will be. And so they are the box. They came out at 1.22 when they did come out yesterday. You were able to even sell, as high, or day before that, even as high as about 2.5 when you were able to flip out of them quickly. If you were able to get one of these, I got a couple boxes. We'll see how it goes. We know the reveal isn't to 2 weeks, and usually up to the reveal, the prices will do what they're going to do. The owner side of it, it looks pretty good. There's still, some people definitely have double because I'm one of them people got 3 on them. But they gave the people that whitelisted a chance to get 3, but some people got caught up not knowing how to get their wallet to do the second one, because the second one came the next day that you were able to go do. So not everybody was able to go get their second one, but they've now come in here and maybe picked up their second one close to the floor as they can get it, and they want to see what's going to happen with the reveal, the in real life events that come up earlier, because lots of time projects push when those in real life events have. And so we know they're doing one in LA and also in Miami. One starting in June. So to each their own. Some people may do some moves by then, but if you want to buy one, this is the closest price point to the floor currently now. You could have gotten some a little earlier this morning, but still waiting it out.
Good stuff. Good. Okay. Listen, sorry for the technical problems we had with the thing, but it's part of life. So glad you guys stayed with us for that. We don't know what happened with the internet, but whatever. Hopefully you guys, like I said, hopefully you guys got some value. Remember, continue, if you have any friends or family, continue to send them to our free Facebook group, whatsnfts.com. Whatsnfts.com is our free Facebook group. We'll also post in our free Facebook group. If you're looking to go deeper and want to join our monthly subscription group, you can definitely feel free to join that. But again, we will always have a free aspect, whatsnfts.com on that site to try to continue to give people information. But again, we do have a monthly membership if you'd like to join that also. Thank you all so much. Keep looking for NFTs. I'm telling you, if you stick with the NFT project, you're going to be very, very happy.
You're going to be fine. You're going to be retired. You're going to be able to go travel, see the world, go do what you want to go do. It's going to be life-changing for you. So you can get in the right ones. I'm not saying everyone's a winner, but if you know how to pick them, and we've been in this investing, we came out, nobody was there to guide. So, a lot of y'all have a benefit of having that guy, but we also got the experience of having to do it, watch it, learn it by doing it. And so that you can't take that away. Like, it's one of the best things I could say that was best experience of my life is finding NFTs and literally investing in them taking the moves to do it, not just looking on the outside. Get in it, feel it, pick a project. It can be a cheap one, but being on the outside looking in, you're going to realize even in 3 to 5 years, you have lost millions of
Yeah.
dollars possibly.
Yep. Very important. Good. All right. Once again, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Like I said, we will be here again next week. We love NFTs. We will always be here to talk about NFTs. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. We will see you all next week.
Let's have a great one.